You don't know, you damn well should know. My name is Ragreynolds, and today I'm going to be investigating the highly requested topic, subject, question, whatever, of whether or not Scotland is a real place. For a long time now, ever since I started putting out videos asking whether or not Australia was real and saying, no, it's not a real place, people have been saying to me, is Scotland real? Scotland's not real, that can't be real, if Australia's not real, neither is Scotland, and blah blah blah. How would you feel if I said that Scotland wasn't real, and so on and so forth. Then I announced that I'm doing this conspiracy series. I've already done one on Flat Earth, I have my previous Australia videos, and as a request I have had numerous people ask me, please do a video on whether or not Scotland is real. So, for you all, since you asked so nicely, well, some of you did anyway, I am now going to answer that question for you here today. Now, when I first sat down and thought about making this video, I thought, what is there even to make a video on? It's a ridiculous question. Of course it's a real place. I live here. There are lots of things around me that prove it's a real place. It's got a long history, background and culture, whatever. But then I thought about it closer. Then I did some research and I started to see, wait a minute, there is some stuff here for a video. There is some stuff here that we need to get an answer for. Some of it doesn't make any sense at all. And the first of those things I want to bring up is the names of some of the places in Scotland. I mean, we have a place called Butts Wynd. This is a real place in St Andrews called Butts Wynd. Now, St Andrew is the patron saint of Scotland. Don't you think it's a bit weird that in the place named after him, we have a place called Butts Wynd? Maybe it was just an unfortunate joke, maybe it was an accident, but what doesn't help this is that there is also a place in Scotland not too far from where I live, and it's called Ecclefechan. Yes, that's correct, a place called Ecclefechan. And they are famous for Ecclefechan tarts and whiskey. Ecclefechan tarts. Doesn't that just sound like someone swearing at you? Doesn't that sound like I'm being aggressive? You Ecclefechan tart. If you think Scotland's real, ho ho ho, you're an Ecclefechan tart. If you dislike my videos, you're an Ecclefechan tart. Oh, you're sending me hate comments? Well, Ecclefechan you. You know, I might have to just start doing that. I might need to start just using Ecclefechan in place of the word fuck. I think it would be fantastic, and I think I would get a lot of great reactions from people. Now, the next damning piece of evidence we have is there's this thing that happens every year called the Guga Bird Hunt, where people hunt something called Guga Birds, and yes, Guga Birds are real creatures. I mean, I guess they don't look that weird apart from maybe this one looks quite bloody strange, quite Ecclefechan strange. But just the name itself, I mean, it goes back to the Ecclefechan and the Butts Wynd Guga Birds. I mean, none of this makes any sense. I mean, when I think about it more, it makes absolutely zero sense that I could be living in a real country. I mean, we lost a war to the English. We lost a war to people that sound like I blabber.
It's the least worst thing. I can't even critique it because what goes on in the video is just so fucking much worse. It's so beyond worse, this one now. Just think. A joke or not, it's just fucking ignorant and wrong.
How could we have lost a war to people that sound like that? How could we have lost to people like that? We lost to those bunch of pansies? How is that possible? We're the losers. We're supposed to be the tough guys. We're the stoic tough guys, and we somehow lost to those losers? Give me a break. I don't understand. Surely that didn't happen? Like, where's the explanation here? One of my favourite foods, black pudding. When you think about it, it's made of blood and oats. Those are the main ingredients in black pudding. It's one of my favourite foods. Maybe even my favourite food other than maybe some venison. In which world, in what parallel universe does blood and oats taste nice? Like, it makes zero sense again. I mean, surely, haggis tastes disgusting, which makes perfect sense, so that kind of gives us a bit of a thumbs up, says maybe we are real, maybe we're not as ridiculous as I was first thinking, but black pudding, it tastes so good and I don't understand why. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. And I mean, don't even get me started on the fact that we blow into a bag to make music. We have people that blow into bags to make music. Seriously, and we call it bagpipes, and they go parading around. Some people are qualified in blowing into a bag. I mean, That might be one of the most insane things of all. Now, most of this could probably just be passed off as unfortunate coincidences, unfortunate circumstances, just maybe jokes as well. However, there is one damning piece of evidence that makes me really question the existence of my homeland. And that is the fact that our national animal is a unicorn. Do you mean to tell me that unicorns are real now? I mean, last I checked, they weren't. Since when are unicorns real? And if unicorns aren't real, then how can it be our national animal? It makes zero sense at all. Our national flower is a thistle. Is a thistle even really a flower? It's like a jaggy thing and it just hurts people. I mean, I don't understand. Like, who decided this? Who came up with this? I mean, this is a lot of stuff that we need answers to. We need to know how all of this came about. We need to know why all of this came about, because none of this makes any sense and it all points towards Scotland possibly not being a real place. The question after that is, if Scotland isn't a real place, where am I right now? People ask me that all the time when I said Australia's not real. The answer to that was New Zealand, because everyone was drugged and brainwashed. And there was a reason for that as well. People would say, why would they do that? Well, the reason I kept giving for that was that it was back in the days and New Zealand, the government of New Zealand realised we are becoming more interconnected with the rest of the world and we're a crap country. We need to make somewhere worse than us so that people don't think we're the worst country in the world, okay? I don't see how that same logic could be applied to Scotland. I don't see how the English think, oh, we're so terrible, let's invent Scotland so that we're not as bad as them, because they've invented a place that's better than England. So I don't quite see how that would all work out. So that really is puzzling me, and that's the only thing that's going to stop me from actually saying Scotland is a fake place. Because the drug thing, I'm sure that is possible. To be drugged and brainwashed, I'm sure that's possible. Where's the motive, is my question. Where is the motive? The only motive I can possibly think of is that people just wanted some sort of really great amusement. So they created Scotland as this mythical sort of place so that they could look there and say, oh, that's amazing, they've got unicorns there and they've got castles and they've got this. I mean, that's another point. I can see a castle from my bedroom window. I can also see a monument over there from my bedroom window as well. I mean, the whole thing is pretty eckle-feckin' insane. But as I already said, I can't really confirm, I don't have proper evidence. But it is a question I have now brought up and I will most certainly continue to look into it. So if you have an opinion of your own or more evidence on this subject, please leave it as a comment down below. And if you have any other sort of conspiracy or theory you'd like me to look into, also say it down in the comments down below. I should have more of these types of videos up very, very soon. I am planning one. I'm going to be investigating whether or not Nicolas Cage is a vampire. I'm not sure if it'll be my next conspiracy video, but it will be coming soon because that is a very, very interesting theory. And until next time, you are all welcome, society.
There is a man called ragreynolds. He's just perfect.